What up, though? This is Kevin Melson with Beyond Your Limits, and if you're new to the channel, then you're watching the wrong video. Head down to the description. There'll be a link for part 1 of this series. I'm going through a series on how you can improve your game. So if you go down in the description, there'll be a link in there where you can hit that and go back to the first one before you watch this one. If you're still here, thanks for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button and also subscribe if you're not already, so we can get into the next part of this series. I see you made it to part 2. The first part was you were just figuring out your strengths and your weaknesses, and so you should have that down now. You should have that written down, your strengths and your weaknesses, what you figured out, what you found out in the first video. So now we're gonna go on to the next part. So whatever skill set that you have, there's somebody playing at the highest level of basketball with the same exact skill set that you have. Not saying that y'all have the same skill level, but y'all have the same skill set. So the same things that you do well are also the same thing that this other player does well. And so just be encouraged with that. No matter what your strengths are, there's people that have taken it to the top level with your same strengths, okay? And so that's a big part of what we're gonna do here today. And the second step that you're gonna do is you're gonna choose somebody in the NBA or somebody playing on a high level that have the same skill set that you have. All right, so let's say maybe you're really good at penetrating to the basket and finishing around big guys. Maybe you got that jelly, I don't know. So you will want to look in the NBA and try to see players with your same skill set. And not only just their strengths, but also you want to look at their weaknesses as well. Because with this training, you're going to be mimicking this player. You're going to be copying what this player does. And if this player is good at penetrating and finishing around the basket, but they're also good at shooting, maybe you're not good at shooting, so maybe they might do some things and stop and shoot that you wouldn't want to mimic that, because that's not the strength of your game. And so as far as you can tell, you want to get somebody with the same strengths and the same weaknesses that you have. So you want to take out a sheet of paper, write down all of the people in the NBA or playing on a high level that have the same skill set that you have. And it's just like Tony Robbins says, success leaves clues. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel. You don't have to learn everything out for yourself. You can see what successful people have done, and you can follow their blueprint that they've set out for you. And so just with those people playing on those high levels, you can see what they're doing and how they got there, and you can just follow in their path so you can make it there too. And that's the main part of this training. And that's seeing successful people, seeing what they've done, how they're having success, and taking some of their success and bringing it into your game. So maybe that'll elevate your game up to a higher level. It's just like Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan. You can tell that Kobe Bryant studied Michael Jordan, and he put some of Michael Jordan's game in his own. That's why people say their game is so similar. Now, Kobe Bryant, he had the same height as Jordan, probably a little less athletic than Jordan when Jordan came in. But he pretty much had the same skill set, and he followed Michael Jordan's blueprint. He seen what Michael Jordan was doing that was working, and he put those things in his game. And this is the reason everybody thinks Kobe reminds them of Jordan, because he took Jordan's game and he put it in his own. Growing up, when I first started doing this training, my favorite player was David Robinson, the Admiral. He was my favorite player. He was a very good athlete. I don't know, a lot of younger people may not know who he is. He's a 7-foot center, extremely athletic. But when I started trying to improve my game, I didn't look to David Robinson to pattern my game after, because I was, 6'2" at the time, and a little bit above average athlete. But David Robinson was 7 foot, one of the best athletes, that I've ever seen. He could run and jump and do all those good things. So it wouldn't have made much sense for me to mimic my game after David Robinson. He was a center, I was a guard. It would just be pointless for me to try to mimic his game, even though he was my favorite player. And so when I started doing this training, I looked to Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars is a guard. He's a shooting guard. A little bit above average athlete for the NBA. And the same things that he did well were things that I did well. And so I started watching tape of Joe Dumars, and this is the player that I patterned most of my game after. I would just watch Joe Dumars and those things. And so it was Joe Dumars that I picked to pattern my game after. And so you should pattern yours after somebody that has the same skill set that you have. And so once you have your list written down, you got all the players that you think have the same strengths and weaknesses that you have. You want to make sure this is accurate. So you want to, I don't know if you have League Pass or if you can watch full games. You don't want to watch highlight tapes because highlight tapes don't tell the whole story. Make sure that what you're thinking is accurate. So you want to make sure that the same shots that you get in the game are the same shots that they're getting. That you want to make sure that you actually do have the same strengths and weaknesses, not just that you were thinking that, but you actually want to see it on tape, on a full game. Watch a game of all those people, and you want to narrow it down to one player. Narrow it down to the player that fits you the most perfectly. Of course, nobody is going to be exactly your exact strengths and weaknesses to a T, but you want to narrow it down as much as possible to your strengths and weaknesses. So you want to narrow it all the way down to one player. So once you've narrowed it all the way down to one player, then go to the next video. I'm gonna show you exactly what to do and exactly how to improve your game after you've narrowed it down to one player that's playing at a high level. And I'm gonna show you exactly how to take their game and make it your game and make you do it even better. All right, well, maybe not even better, but we're gonna definitely make you better. All right, so thanks for watching this video all the way to the end. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you're not already. I thank you for watching, and tomorrow I'll come out with that next video showing you exactly what to do from here, step 3. All right, see you guys later.